Do you know how to overcome the negatives in your life? Let's talk about that. My name is Lenny Wennerstrom, and I use Dr. Shad Helmstetter's book because I'm here to help you find your purpose. And I read a passage every single day from Dr. Shad Helmstetter's book, 365 Days of Positive Self-Talk for Finding Your Purpose. See how loved it is and bookmarked and dog-eared and everything? It's because I love this book. I love being able to turn to it and finding not just the day, but sometimes any day. And he puts so much love into everything he does. I think he has over 40 books at this point. Maybe he's just been in understanding just the human psyche and human behavior for over 40 years. And maybe he has over 30 books. I don't know, but he has a lot. And this is one of them. It's one of my favorite ones, and I love reading it to you every single day. So I hope you are enjoying this series. And with the magic of video and technology, here I am today again on the 17th. Not again today, but anyway, we are day 138, 228 days left in the year. 2024 is 37.43% complete. I hope you are having a fantabulous day. The sun has just gone down. My daughter is getting ready to plant all of these little flowers, and the greenhouse, getting the greenhouse ready. Everything's kind of falling apart in there, and it's not falling apart, but look at those little bushes. It's so pretty, those bushes. Those are miniature lilacs, and then there's big lilacs behind us over there, and it smells so good here. I wish you were here with me so you could smell this. It's just so fragrant, so fragrant. So let's talk about you today and knowing, how do you get past the negatives? I can tell you right now how you get past the negatives. There's attitude, there is choices, and there are setting goals and finding. So there are many ways, but let's look at this self-talk phrase that Dr. Shad has written for us today, for today's date, May 17th, and see what you think about this. Today I choose to be strong, confident, sure of myself, and unafraid. I know what I'm going for. I have an incredible attitude. I know I can do it. Get past the negatives. Focus everything I do on the most positive outcome and do it. I do it. You do it. Today you choose to be strong, confident, sure of yourself, and unafraid. You know what you're going for. You have an incredible attitude. You know you can do it. Get past the negatives. Focus everything you do on the most positive outcome and do it. So focusing on the most positive outcome is a very wonderful tool on how you can get past the negatives. Another really good tool is to focus on everything you're grateful for. There is no way, my daughter and I are dealing with a bit of an emergency, something, in our family, and we, through the negatives, we can choose to feel scared, negative, afraid, uncertain, and all of these things. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to say there's none of that, because there's a little bit of all of that, because that's the human experience. Yet, being afraid, like for yesterday's, for the 16th, it's talking about instead of fearing the future. And rather than having fear at all, it's focus on the positive outcome. Where do you want your energy to flow? What is it that you most want out of a situation? And having the I guess in your mind, knowing that everything is a message to you, to me, to everyone, for positive change. Everything is a message for positive change, for growth, for expansion, for lessons, for learning, and no matter what it is, if you have that attitude, knowing that everything is going to be just fine, no matter what, this brings peace like nothing else. It's acceptance that this is the way that it is right now. And it's really funny because people say there's nothing I can do about it. There is always something you can do about anything. And no matter how big, how whatever it is, I don't care if it's pollution around the world, you know, all the plastic in the water, whatever it is, what can you do? You can do your little part of whatever it is. You can say prayers. You can send good energy. You can focus on what's highest and best for everything. And if you think Mother Nature is not a living, breathing entity, just as you are, just as really anything is, I mean, you know, from all the things that happen, and she definitely has a frequency that we are attuned to, and we put our feet on the ground in earth and get in tune, we feel calmer because we're then part of that. It's all energy. Everything is all energy. And so Mother Nature, I promise you, it's really good for us to be caretakers, you know, as best we can for our planet. That comes from integrity. That comes from caring about our environment. Think about your home. Do you just toss stuff everywhere? Don't look at my house. But I'm just kidding. But you know what I mean? You don't probably have, you know, a really cluttered, awful, hoardy cluttered. You know, you might have some rooms and clutter here and there, or, you know, where you have some things. But I'm talking about overall. You probably don't have, you're not a hoarder probably. And if you know, when you can feel it. Like, why are there so many very successful people that have courses to do that, to declutter or to live minimally or all of that? We all, like, we know this is material stuff, and so we want to move, like, we want to have order in our lives. The universe has order, and we want to be, we also are of order, of the energy. The universe is not chaos, it's ordered, and even though it might feel like chaos, so it's just beautiful. It's beautifully orchestrated, all of it. So when you can get your mind and move the clutter and those things, you can feel better, right? So I shouldn't say right, because maybe you're not agreeing with me. Maybe you think, I love clutter. I love my clutter. But I think the majority of us are striving for being as minimal as possible, and, you know, not having like a million things in our lives. And I shouldn't say, I don't know. The majority of people that I know are really striving to be more conscientious about Mother Earth and all of that. And so long as we are conscientious about it, and we are conscious of our, call it footprint, I think that word's overused, but but the beauty of what it means is very real, and that is just the essence of us and what we are doing with Mother Earth. Believe me, Mother Earth has been here way longer than all of us, and Mother Earth will be here way longer than all of us. So hopefully we can just have it be a nice place for ourselves and for more generations to come, and not have her decide to throw a hissy fit, and there we all go into wherever we go. So I'm kind of teasing you on that. So anyway, my point about today is I'm going to read this phrase again, because this is about you finding your purpose. And when things are easy, like, for example, if you don't like clutter in your space, if that makes you feel like yucky and you really want to clean that up because it just, you feel claustrophobic because there's so much stuff around you, or the things that feel uncomfortable, if you have not found your purpose yet, look for things maybe that make you feel uncomfortable, like clutter, like living in a big city with traffic. So me with traffic, I needed to move. It just, I couldn't meditate. And I couldn't get into that state. It was, and I say couldn't because it was very difficult. Sometimes I could, most times I couldn't. And it was my attitude, because my attitude was like, arr, arr. I've learned I could probably do it better here, and actually I did last night. So it's all attitude. Everything is energy, but your attitude, that's going to be your programs. And we talk a lot about the self-talk. So your programs are what create your attitudes. They're what create your beliefs. Why you belong to one political party and not another, or don't belong at all, or do this to politics, you know, and even that's a program. So what programs are you putting into your brain? What are the programs of wanting to take care of Mother Nature? Are those programs? Sure. You know, are the programs of, somebody else will pick that up, I'm just going to toss that out the window? That's a program too. And so being conscientious, you know, living consciously is such a beautiful thing. And choice is amazing. Choice is such a gift, that having a choice to do this or do that, or think this or that, or this way, or choose to be this or that. I'm saying the same things because I can't really think. You could choose to be in this party or that party, political party. You could choose to wear that dress or a different, or a pair of pants, or whatever it is, some some slacks, or have loafers, or wear Birkenstocks or tennies, or go barefoot. You know, choice, a million choices every single day. And so you have a choice to be unafraid. You have a choice to move yourself forward. You have a choice to live consciously, and you have a choice to find your purpose. And finding the things, maybe if you've like, what's my purpose? And maybe you've set a goal to find your purpose, and you say, my goal is to find my purpose by the end of 2024, by December 30th of 24 or 31st. And you're still not, you still haven't found what you're like, I still don't know what my purpose is. Well, one of the things that you might want to do is just, again, what I was talking about, is think of the things that you don't like the clutter, like the, Mother Nature, all the plastic, or maybe somebody who talks too loud, or like, find the things that bother you. And we don't want to focus on them, because what do? We move into that frequency. But basically, we're just kind of building, like, okay, I don't prefer that, but I prefer this. And start making a list of the things that you prefer. Start making a list of the things that are easy. List the things that are difficult, if you want to back into it that way. And then list the things that are easy for you. Because then you'll start seeing little patterns or trends of things that you enjoy and like. And I really like helping people in this way. I like helping my family do this. I'm really good with language. I'm really good at taking care of horses. I love animals. I love small children, but I'm not really good with small children. I like to be with elderly people, but that's not where I'm the most comfortable. Or I am so comfortable with elderly people, and I'm not comfortable with other people. You know what I'm saying? Back into it and see if you can start looking for your purpose that way. See the things, and it's not something that I would suggest that you move into and focus on the things that you don't want, because then again, you're in that vibration, you're vibrating at that. So if there's something that hits a trigger point for you, then remember to put your self-talk on so that you can move into the positive space, or meditate, or do something so to move you out of that and move yourself forward. And remember that you do have choice. Your attitude is a choice. It's one of the most amazing, beautiful choices that you have and the choice that you have a choice is amazing. So let's read this again. Hopefully that makes sense, but I really would hope that you would put a priority, if you will, on finding your purpose if you haven't found it already, because that purpose will give you meaning in your life. And that purpose, that meaning, that when you start really looking at it, the more you focus on it, the more you ignite it, And the more you move into it, the more you feel it, and you're activating it, and the more it becomes your purpose. The more you feel it, it is your purpose, and you own it because you know it's right. Doesn't mean you can't change. You know, you might be going in one direction, and that's the first step to getting to your overarching purpose, but yet it feels like your purpose right then. It's a journey. It's a journey. There is no one that can tell you, oh, this is what your purpose is. You know, I have a couple of meditations and that I share, and it says your purpose is to find unconditional love, and in the meditation, and it is. You know, I mean, that's part of your purpose. Like, if you loved yourself unconditionally, you would have high self-esteem. You'd have strong self-esteem. You would not be comparing yourself to others. You would not be worrying about being in lack, because you would just love yourself so mucho that everything would be just fine. You know that you are fine. You would have self-belief. You would believe in yourself, and you would be able to do anything. So that's part of the purpose. You know, that's part of the journey. But your purpose on planet Earth, what is that? And I put that out there because that's in a meditation, and that's like you're in that, you know, type of beautimousness, and you can feel that, like, you want to love yourself. We always want to love ourselves. I desperately, when I tried to kill myself many times, I desperately wanted to love myself. I wanted somebody to tell me, you're worth it. You're so valuable. You mean so mucho to the world. We need you. Yet I couldn't find anyone to tell me that. And why should somebody tell me that? It's I need to tell myself that. But that's something that's learned. That's part of the journey. There isn't, people might tell us that, and even if they do tell us that, and my daughter would tell me that, but then you don't believe them. I didn't believe them, because it's you're your biggest critic, and you live with you, and you're listening to you, and you've got those programs, negative, and you've wired those into your brain, so that's your truth. And you're like, nah, nope, that couldn't possibly be true. Thank you, those are nice flowery words, but no. So even trying to find somebody to you know, value you and you know, tell you that you're the best and all of that, that's not how it goes. You've got to do it for yourself. I mean, that can be how it goes, but you need to do it for yourself. It's a journey. This purpose finding, it's a journey. This living on planet Earth, it's the most amazing adventure. Okay, let me read this one more time. Today I choose to be strong, confident, sure of myself, and unafraid. I know what I'm going for. I have an incredible attitude. I know I can do it, get past the negatives, focus everything I do on the most positive outcome, and do it. Focus on the most positive outcome. And then get your shiny hiney up and do it. Create a goal around it. Look at the obstacles that are stopping you, mental blocks, the technology, physical blocks. Write your action plan for each block that you have, date it, and go for it. Do it. That's how you achieve. That's how you win. And you are a winner. You're a winner. That's just the way it is. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Whoever made that up, but that's a program, and they did very good. Because so many of us say it, right? Anyway, okay, cutie butt. This is done. I'm on my way 3 hours from here to go home and feed the kitty, who's been there since yesterday, and then I'll be back tomorrow here. I know you were looking for my schedule, so I'm so glad to be sharing it with you. Okay, I love you so very, very much. You can find your purpose. You can, even if you have to back into it from the things you don't like to see the things that you do like, things you do prefer. Even then, you can find your purpose. I love you so, so mucho. Perfect timing. The neighbor is mowing his lawn. Thank you, Mark. And I wish you the best. I believe in you. You can do this. And always shining my light. It's bright in yours. See you tomorrow. Ciao.